keep me going. I still, like all this pencil line, I have to erase and adjust all this pencil line. But I'm not going to do, that's why I'm not putting any color over the pencil line. I'm going to wait, and then everything I'll adjust all this, and then I'll fix the pencil, all this graphite pencil lines, adjust everything, then I'll start painting. Using this brush here that I've had for a long time. Very nice brush. As a matter of fact, I have this same brush, another one of it, and it's long. It's a sable, not bad. So I'll erase all these lines. This is Bathing of Apollo. So it's done in marble in Europe somewhere. So I don't know if I should do it in flesh tones, or maybe with leave it white, you know, paint it in marble like the way it's done. But this painting is Bathing with Apollo. I guess this is Apollo and everybody's bathing him, and it's a nice statue. Yeah, very nice. I would love to have a piece of marble to just try it out. I mean, what can I use besides? I think they have soap, some type of soap stone, something like that. I think, but even that is expensive. I think I could get like a small piece. I wanted to get a small piece and do like those plastic casts. One that I seen, that I have a photograph of it. That would be nice. But how would I, it's okay, I can get all the, but working from a photograph, you know, it's just, I'm going to have to figure it out. I guess I could use myself for the proportions of my head, looking at myself in a mirror. And then I'll include all the planes, because the plastic cast that I've seen, you can see the cheekbones, the muscles, and I wanted that plastic cast. I seen it a long time ago, and I wanted, the guy was selling it for so much money. I mean, $200. I was like, that's way too, and I wanted this thing so bad. So bad. I guess I could, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to make it in marble myself. Let me come over here, see what I can. This is The Rock, talking about The Rock and Hogan. What do we have here? This is...
Well, I was much better in the chase than what actually happened. And in the times that I know that
Okay,
for extended runs,
let me adjust this. Hope everyone is doing fine. And you guys, family is all fine, and I think we're getting back to normal now. Slowly, I mean, I don't know if, I haven't been to Manhattan yet, so I don't know if the stores are open, or if it's still, because for a while it was like nobody was out there. I don't know. This is, and then this is, and then, this is, right there. You see the way I'm adjusting all it. Okay. Let me, I should have put that, oh well. So, this is her, wondering if they still allowing kids still have to wear the mask in school. I think that's bad. I mean, we traumatizing our kids. I don't think they should do that. That is so bad. The damage that we're doing to our kids. Oh my God, very bad. That's sad. Okay, so over here I got this. That's a leg. That's like that. Now. Over here. I'll go that way. And then over here there's a picture. Okay.
He tells her like, I come up to try that again, kid, and I'm not positive that I said it that way. Other than how much that's meant to him and meant,
That's the Metropolitan. They got those marble statues. You can just work from them. Oh, that's fantastic.
It kind of came off like I was being cocky, but that wasn't my intent at all. I was so thrilled to be in this match.
Oh man. Oh well. Let me see. This is so much you can learn from the acting. Even to do that.
How are you with the shops? Your players are the shop people. You want so much you guys love shop.
I don't like it. But there's a few guys. All right, you're
Right.
You're gonna chop me up. I don't. It's Flair. No, so this is the first time that I make reference to the street. And that was the start of it. And after that, it kind of took on a life of its own, and it just kind of magnified each year because the lore and the legacy and the mystique of the whole thing continued to grow year after year, and it became almost as important as whatever the
Yeah.
So going into that year, I remember Vince pulling me into the
What's
office.
coming
and
on?
he goes, Mark,
I make these videos to really for amateurs, kids that come on and they find themselves that they can't take art classes, they can't afford to take art classes, and me composing a picture of a drawing, maybe that will help, and that's why I do it. I'm not, well, it takes time for you to get, monetized. I have almost monetized. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, but that's the reason why I do this. And get you guys in the mood, I mean. So, and I've learned so much. I'm still learning. Every day in art you learn. Every day you learn something. I'm not going to be one of those people, oh, I know everything, because that's not true. One thing I do know is that I know nothing. I know nothing at all. And you have to be like that. You're always learning. It's like every man is your teacher. No man is your master, but every man is your teacher. You can always learn from every man. Yeah. So, let me see what's going on here. Well, oh, my leg is falling asleep. Hey, when they make these videos and they only put an image of the person that's talking, and it's not live. I don't like that. Let me see if I can find a live video. This one is live. Yeah, that one is live. Undertaker. I don't know, I'm not into wrestling, but I've been watching a lot of interviews after this wrestler just passed away. What was his name? Reza Ramon. The guy that uh, wrestled the WF. So he just died. Very nice guy. And very, you know, went through a lot in life, a lot of drugs, a lot of liquor, and
Are you ribbing me?
but a hell of a guy. I mean, yeah.
So, I remember talking to you, Russell.
Why is this thing?
I don't know if you remember talking.
Yep, I do.
Okay, it's for the match. I had the audacity. I asked you. Russell was the biggest match of the year. Ain't never done a podcast now, man. I just didn't know if you want to do it or not. You said sure. And then everything happened and happened. I'm sure I did the podcast. But what was going through your mind?
I just hate when they don't. Let me see if I find another video. Oh, what is this? I saw the other one of what's that? The Iron Sheik. That guy's funny. Iron Sheik.
For somebody who needed it. If we were gonna break it, I wanted to make sure
Let me see if I can get the Iron Sheik.
it was good for the right person.
Iron.
Brock was
I don't know if anybody's there.
Brock
Watching.
made the PE, I don't think it's gonna elevate Brock that much more. Right. So that was my only kind of question, is that when he, you know, when I got to the building that day, at that point I was still going over. So the finish changed during the course of the day. And I knew that, like, I'm sitting in my dressing room and I'm all by myself and just trying to kind of go through my head what I want to get done, you know, what I'm trying to get across. And
That's not it. Check over here. Let me see. Search Iron Sheik.
Here's some information.
There you go. Okay, come on, let's see. Oh shit, come on, dude. Well, I'm trying to. Okay, so once you get it, then what? Then you get the information, then you look for it, wait, mob. Let's see. Okay, that's his real name. Official website. It doesn't. No, let me see if I see it there. Okay, we got some images here. He was fun to watch, this Iron Sheik guy. When I was a kid, I used to watch that guy, and they were fun to watch. They were fun. And then you got Pat Patterson, or man, that's I mean, okay, it was fake, but they made it so much fun. Even Lou Albano, I think Lou Albano, yeah, Lou Albano, and with the rubber band, and those guys made it fun. And you have Bruno Sammartino. Oh, I used to like Bruno. Bruno was. You had Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Those guys were something else. Okay, so little by little, I'll continue to build this up until I get it Mm. It's funny how, I don't know, sometimes, that was in my throat. I don't know. Okay. I don't know, it went away. Okay, little by little you built this up. He's got muscles here. And then that's gonna be, this is Apollo bathing. What is it, bathing Apollo? No, bathing Apollo? Yeah, bathing Apollo. So this is in statue and marble. I don't know if I should do it in like real, in flesh tones, because there's enough information there if I wanted to make them real. Right now I'm looking at a marble statue. Oh, okay. Then you got this guy here. The distance from his head, it's a little higher. This is, and then there's another person right here. Let me just put things to that way. Okay, like that. Just put that like that for now. And then the neck. This is the neck. And the other back of the neck. Then he has something back there. It goes like this. It's like a hair thing. Then this is some other hair thing. So we'll put that there for now. And then over here, we'll do that like that. This is the neck. Then over here, let's adjust. Like that. Like that. You ever play chicken with traffic? You ever test your luck? It's like you go at a car and car's coming towards your direction. You're like, motherfucker! You don't get out. You just continue straight through. Like that movie, was it, who was that movie? John Travolta, when he did with the car, and they go over the hill. I was watching the movie, the guy was playing chicken, and I was like, he got this 18-wheeler truck coming at him, and I was like, that is crazy. Okay, you see the way? Now, it doesn't look all that great, but as you continue to apply, you know, and you build up, and then you know this is the arm, this is the chest. This has to come a little more this way. So I'll come get that out, right? And let's put that shadow for now. Then over here, you see how quick I was able to get that face with a couple of shadows, you see? And like that. And then this is going to be a shadow right here for now. And then along over here, this elbow is higher. So, like that. And, oh, my leg is falling to sleep. Shit. Oh, Lord Jesus. I can't believe I was with this guy today. And, I took care of him. I told him, go with me. And, I'm gonna give you $20 just to go with me. First I said, I'm gonna give you $10. Just go with me. And then I said, let me give him 20. You know what? I'm gonna give you 20. Just go with me. Can you believe this fucking guy? I go over there, pick up this money. I give him 20. Could you believe he had the audacity? Can you lend me some more money? I'm like, what? So I'm like, he caught me like I wasn't, he caught me off guard. So I was like, listen, I'm gonna give you the 20. How much you want? He's like, I'm gonna give you the $20, but I want my money on the 3rd, or whenever you get your money. I want my money, and I don't want no. But could you? I just can't. I can't believe how people are. I give them. I didn't have to give them shit. It was. We walked maybe 20 blocks. He rode in his electrical scooter, me on my bike, and fucking people, man. It's like people always scheming and bunch of conniving pieces of shit, That's what we have out there, Then another lady, I post this, she reaches out, she tells me, oh, can you make this painting for me? I wanted a picture of Van Gogh. It has to be blue and yellow. And, so would you do it? And then I tell her, what's gonna cost $250? I'll do you a small little drawing for $250. So I told her $250. She said, oh, that's too much money. I said, it's too much money. I made a video what I had to go through to prepare the panel for her. And she said it was too much money. So I said, she didn't want it. She said, okay, it's way too much. So I said, okay, fine. So I said, let me still make this watercolor, but for myself. I mean, this painting, but for myself. I like the idea. So I went online and I looked for images of Van Gogh when he was alive, photographs. So by looking at all these photographs, I was able to figure out his nose was like this, his ears are like this, his cheekbones. I composed a painting from all these 4 photographs that they have online when he was a kid and when he was a grown-up. And I composed this watercolor. This one. So I composed this thing and I put the thing up on my page. She comes back and tells me, oh, wow, beautiful. How much? So I'm like, oh man, this lady, I told her $250 the first time and it was too expensive. This is a watercolor. I said, you know what, $125. She was like, she didn't say anything, so I wrote back to her and said, is it too much? She said, yeah, it's way too much. I said, it's too much? I was like, miss, this is original artwork. This is not so she said it was too much. So I don't understand, I'm not trying to jip no one, but then also at the same time, I'm trying to find a pencil. I'm not trying to jip nobody, but shit, I mean, oh, there goes the pencil. I'm not trying to jip nobody, but I'm paying $25 for a simple watercolor, I mean. And then with the shipping, and the lady lives in, I think she lives in Canada somewhere. Was it Canada? Well, no, she's from Ireland because they have those skirts, the men wearing. She has a lot of pictures with the men wearing those skirts. She's from Ireland, I think. I don't know how much the shipping is going to cost to send a painting over there. So she was complaining. So then I told her, ma'am, why did you, if you know you can't afford it, I told you a price the first time for $250, and you said it was too expensive for an oil painting this size, and I'm using expensive paints, Old Holland. The canvas was gessoed, it comes gessoed twice, and I gessoed the canvas 4 more times. I bought my own panel and glued the canvas onto the panel myself. When I glued the canvas on the panel, I sealed the panel, sanded the panel with the edges all the way around. Then I painted the back of the panel all black, and you say 250 is too much. They want me to give it away? I mean, I don't understand. Like when you buy art, you're buying work that you've been painting for. I've been painting 40 years. So you're basically buying 40 years of knowledge. And so I don't know. But I mean, Van Gogh went through. Every artist goes through this. They all go through it. They're not appreciated, and the thing is that. So then another story. Ken Clement, the prophet. You know the prophet guy. I met Ken Clement. I can't even pronounce the guy's name. I met the guy about 9 years ago in Manhattan near the Trump Tower. I was there doing charcoal drawings for tourists. I had pictures of paintings that I have made in the past, and I had a couple of original paintings. This man comes with his hair real long. I don't know who he is at the moment. I don't know who this guy is. He talks with everybody there. He talked with the Chinese guys. He talked to everybody. So I'm like wondering, who the hell is this guy? So he comes up to me and he tells me, you're going to be famous one day. I'm like, what? He said, you're going to be famous. So I said, this guy's either crazy or trying to break the conversation. I don't know what the fuck he said, I said, I don't think so. I told him, I doubt it. He said, no. Continue to do what you're going to do, and you'll be a good artist one day. So I don't know. So anyway, so he looks at my work and he tells me, can you do a commission portrait for me? I told him, oh yeah, sure. So I said, here's my business card. And this is Central Park, where all the famous hotels are, Manhattan. The entrance where you go into the park. 2 blocks up, you got the Trump Tower. And across the street, you have the Plaza Hotel. So then, he tells me that he wants his painting, but he wants it in the style of Velasquez and Zorn and Sargent and that type of stuff. And that he wants a big painting. So I had a canvas rolled up that was 5x6. A canvas is 5x6 that I haven't used. So I was thinking, oh man, that'd be perfect for the painting that he wants. So he told me, here's $300 and take my number. And I took his number. He took my number. He gave me $300 without this guy even knowing me. He gives me the $300. He tells me we work a deal for $1,500 for the whole painting. So we work a deal for $1,500. The guy goes and dies. We lose contact. My phone gets. I have some problem with my phone. I'm not able to get my numbers. I can't get in contact with this guy. And I'm thinking maybe somebody in his family has my number that will get in contact with me. And the years pass by and he doesn't get in contact with me. So I said the other day I go to YouTube and I run into one of his videos. And I go, oh shit, look at this guy. And and I write, listen, I met your father once in Central Park and he wanted a painting. I lost contact with the guy. Then I heard that he passed away. I'm sorry for your loss. He was a good man. And so someone replies from his page and tells me, listen, Donna wants you to email her, gives me her email of the person Donna. I'm guessing, I don't know who's Donna. Get in contact with Donna, and Donna wants to know how much to finish the painting. So the painting has been over there in my room for 9 years, maybe even, I don't know. So this was how long ago? This was it's been about a week already, and I still haven't replied to her because I'm wondering. We worked out a price already, and I mean I have to uh, go back keep my word because second, paint is more expensive today, and but I still got to keep my word. I said $1,200 and keep my word, right? So so I was supposed to write to this girl named Donna, but I don't know who's Donna, and oh well. So I'm wondering if I get in contact with her, then she's gonna the same problem that I had with the other lady that found it too expensive, and if she has a problem, I would just tell her, listen, I'll give you uh, something for $300 that your father gave me, and I'll make you a small study and give it to you that way. Me giving you the 300 right now, it's gonna be impossible, but I can do that. So I'm gonna write to her and I'm gonna tell her, listen, you know. Then he told me that I was gonna be a famous painter, which I think is bullshit because he said that Trump was gonna have 2 terms, and he only had 1 term. So I didn't really think he was right about that. So but then this lady also said he's gonna have 2 terms because he's gonna have 2 terms when he runs again. And so I don't think he's gonna. I don't think so. Well, you never know. But the lady was like, he's gonna run again. And I said, oh well, that's fine. But I had the same thing. A lady told me the same shit in Puerto Rico when I think I was 16, 15. The same shit. These people, they always tend to try to get you. I had a lady in Las Vegas. I was walking through there, and I paid $5 to read my pawn. And she told me a whole bunch of shit. Then she told me, if you give me $20 more, I can tell you when you're gonna die. I said, no, no, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. That's fine. I'm fine with what you know. And that's all you find in Atlantic City in the boardwalk. And I paid the lady $5, and she told me, if you give me $20 more, I'll tell you when you're gonna die. Like, why would you want to know that? I mean, she's stupid because she should have told me something like, well, if you give me $20 more, I'll tell you when you're gonna how to make money and how to be over here at a certain time or play these 6 numbers for the lottery. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Well, I don't believe it because maybe in the past they used to have profits, but not these days. You see, now all of this, I'm going to lighten all this little by little. All this is, see, let me show you where it's going to look, this is the original. So now, so in the reason why you see a lot of pencil line, because in the beginning I just quick, just to get the placement of everything, and then I'll come and refine everything as I'm doing now. You see, this over here. Yeah, but that guy, man, he was a very, very nice man. Very nice man. And then when I got home that day, I was talking to a few people in the park because they were telling me who he was. And when I went home, I told at that time I was with my wife, I said, you wouldn't believe what happened. I got $300, got some money, and I got a job for painting in Manhattan. And I would get those every now and then. You get lawyers and doctors that want a portrait to put at their desk, or graduation portrait of a kid. And that caliber of work I've never, well, I got in my other page, I would, somebody wants, the son graduated from college, is going to be a doctor, and a painting with his white gown, and portraits like that, artists, famous artists, there's an artist, I forgot his name. I mean, this guy, to do a portrait like that, I think he charges like 20 grand, but he's I think even more, 50 grand, 60 grand. This guy's I got all his books. What is his name? He looks a lot like Sargent. And these commission portraits usually sell an average artist that's starting out 3,500, 7,500, 10 grand. So 1,500 it's a steal. And then, not to mention, this painting, I'm gonna have to finish it. It's gonna take me, it's gonna take me maybe a couple of months to work on it. A couple of months. So, but today people don't, you get jobs maybe once every 6 months. If I go to Manhattan and I do chocolate drawings, you always get people that pass by and they want a painting, but you gotta have paintings where they can see what you're able to do. So I would take real nice portraits over there that I've done, and I'll take my 18 by 24 small ones. And the question that I always get, can you make this bigger? I'm like, yeah, whatever size you want. And like I'm working on another painting that I should be working. This one back there, it's like so much bigger. I don't know if you can see that canvas back there. What the hell? Oh, that was the water. That painting over there, that's another painting. That's 5 feet by 7 feet. That's a big canvas. Oh shit, what the hell happened here? Oh shit, let me get this over here. No, how am I gonna get that over there? Let me get the stick. Oh, I can just do this. So, let me get the whole thing on. Let me push this more this way. Yeah, yellow's there. Let me just put that yellow there for now, to kind of get me more in the mood. So yeah, still working at, it's like I tell people, say you never stop learning in art. You're always learning. You're always learning. I'm still learning. I'm not going to be a fool and say, oh, I'm there. And a lot of people tell me, no, you're there. But I don't tend to believe that. Maybe I don't hear it enough. That's what happens when when you work by yourself compared to a school, because a school, you can see other people's work and then compare your work to theirs, and you're like, oh shit, my work is so much better. No, I just put this now, and then I'm gonna, I think, I gotta adjust that. This is pretty much it. I gotta adjust this, and this one. Let me see that face. She's looking down. And, yeah, I wanted to take on a student. I think I'm gonna take on a student. Help out a student that he can come every day and can work with me and help him out. And okay, wait a minute then. So that means I'm gonna have to submit, okay. One thing about art, notice that artists tend to be very decent people, very sensitive people, good people. It's like they say that trans tend to be very nice people. It's the same thing with artists. I believe that because every artist I've met. But let me see, I met let's see if I met any bad ones. I don't think so. Oh, Richard Smith, that bastard went trust so much for his damn book. He shouldn't do that. There's so much money for his book. Can't afford $20-50 to buy that damn book. Even they do that shit. I'm gonna Let's do it loose for now. And let me do it this. Let me see if I do it for these. I gotta fix that before. Let me not try to go too quick. Let me adjust this. Okay. I'll get one later on. Sometimes you gotta do what you have to do, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, the camera, I wasn't even using it, so it was just there. It was so fucked up. You would think that after being there for so many people, somebody will be there, but I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. People just, maybe, I say maybe they don't know. I think if they were to see me, like seeing a scene in a movie, how I struggle, it would fuck them up. It would really fuck them up. My kids would really they would be like, oh man, I didn't know that. It's funny, today my daughter, she wrote to me and she asked me, what did she say? Are you okay? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I said, that's strange, you usually never reach out to me and say if I'm okay. Which did make me feel good. I don't know. I don't understand how you can be so selfish. I mean, I'm not perfect, I made mistakes, but not like that. I've always been good to people and seen people in the train, always helped out. I've always been. When I was younger, I did stupid things. And I regret that. That's how life is, I guess. It's like I keep telling people in life, like certain people in my family that I used to look up to, I never expected them to do to me what they're doing. I used to look up to them. They were so educated, they went to college. I was nothing but, I didn't even graduate from high school. And you would think that these people would be better people today, but nope, they turn out to be bad people. I was telling somebody, people gotta go full circle. The ones that start off bad finish good, and the ones that start off bad finish good. I guess it's like for every action there's a reaction. You got left, you got right, you got day, you got night, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, everything is in tools in your body. some things are in one. I don't know. But I'm like shocked when these people, when they did that. I was like, wow, why would you try to stay with your brother's inheritance? Like, the money that you're getting, isn't that enough? Why would you try to take someone's inheritance? That's bad. I don't know, people, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm always rambling. I hear myself talk shit. I guess all painters did that. Think about things in their house as they paint. You know, think about different stuff. Different paintings that they want to paint. They work at it every day. It's okay. So now I can do this with flesh tones because the original is in marble. I mean, the original is in marble. It's Apollo. It's a bathing Apollo. So I can do it in the style of Sargent. He done a few statues like this with the statues very blue and yellows and like that. Oh, I can do it in flesh tone. If you notice how she's a lot more cooler, the cool tones, and then she goes a little warmer, and then the back, as it turns more this way, it gets cooler, and like half over here, it's more, the value's darker, the light is coming over here, and then over here you got some cool. So I did it real quick. I when I started doing it, I came with a pencil and moved things around. I was using the other pencil. I could probably. This is, matter of fact, this got to go this way. Like that. And then over here, right here, her arm goes this way, right? And then her stomach. And then you got these lines from her dress that go this way. And then in between there, you have some of that blue right there. And here, and then you got this. These are two heads. So this is a triangle. That's a triangle. This is another triangle. This is another triangle. This is another triangle. It's a lot of triangles. So this head is higher than this one. This head is almost close to the column, but not that close. The back is coming this way. I didn't do no grid system. You just got to continue to train your eyes to be able to quickly put things down. This is a plate in the bottom. Now, someone like Sargent doing something like this will probably do it quickly. Now, over here, you can tell the stonework. The stonework has, this is that, and then over here, that stonework goes round, and you don't see that part. And it goes this way. You get part of that, and then her gown, and then this gown. And then all this is in shadows over here. Alright, let's put some color. Now, I've been painting for 40 years. And when I went to school, that I got a year for free at the Art Student League, I had to throw the garbage out and mop the floor, but I got it. And every artist would tell me, don't do watercolor, don't do watercolor. I was like, but why? They said, it's too much time. The time you're gonna spend trying to master watercolor, you can be mastering your true medium, which is oil paint. And I was like, I don't know. But then I said to myself, oh man, but these painters from the past, they all did watercolor. I mean, why would I not do watercolor? They did it. They used watercolors like to put things down when they would go out on trips. And let me see, this is over here. This is cool. This is cool. I'm going to use for cool. I can take that raw umber to lower that value and then mix that blue. It's going to gray it up. It's a darker value, but it leans towards a neutral. Let me see. So, I said I'm going to, and it's so much fun. And this isn't watercolor. I mean, this is the one that I composed. It's not all that bad, I think. So, you can do a lot of stuff in watercolor if you work at it, And I'm still, like, I suck at it. I still suck at it, but I really do suck at it. I suck at it. But it's fun. I always tell people, get yourself a little watercolor set. Like this. Get yourself a little brush like this. And when you're not using it, put it in the like that. Like that. You can get a smaller spray bottle, and leave it in the dining room table. And a table that, that you're always sitting on. And get into the habit of always sketching. And little by little, you'll get better at it. I mean, that's how it worked out for me. I mean, I did a lot of bad drawings. I did a lot of, I probably did like 1,000. I did like 1,000 bad drawings. A lot. 1,000. I wonder if Sergeant had the same problem. But I did like 1,000 bad drawings. And let me see something. What's gonna come here? What the hell? Wasn't I doing this? Yeah, I'm gonna do this so you can see it more. Face. The direction. The right direction. It'll make it harder for me, but I don't know if anyone is on because my screen is broken on my phone, so I can't see if anyone is on. I really can't see if anyone is on my phone, and my page I haven't logged in on the computer. But what are you gonna do? So I'm gonna get in contact with this lady and send her her painting and just send it to her. I didn't think she would be interested in that painting. I mean, I guess I wonder if that day when I saw him, how much later did he die? That might be the last purchase he made. I mean, but yeah, man, I was taken back when he told me that shit. He said, "You're gonna be a great artist." It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be famous or anything. I'm just gonna be a great artist. It means that if I continue to work at it, I'll get better at it. That's how I take it. He said, "You're gonna be a great artist." Let me see this color. But he was a very nice man, very nice guy. I can see why people like him so much. He had this long hair. Let me see. I need this dark. Let me see if this dark. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, but a cool guy, man, real cool guy. I think the people around him were handlers, like those people that work for him. I think those were his handlers. I wonder, he probably went to maybe he finished having a discussion with Trump at the time. I don't know. Let me see, this shadow is cool, so I'm gonna have to do it cool. Let me add more of this blue in there. This is all. I wonder if someone else is doing the same work he used to do, one of his family members. I don't think so. Probably got a church. Well, they have a church. He's a preacher. So, sorry guys, I'm not making too much sense. I spoke to a friend that I haven't spoke to in a long time. I lost his number the same way I lost the other guy's number. And I was yesterday on the computer, and it told me, "Would you like to update your cloud to back up your information?" I said, "Well, what is this?" So I clicked on it, and it took me to a place where all the numbers that I had once on my phone were there. So I got in contact with this person, and I was like, "Oh man, he's a director," and he spoke. He asked me, "I'm wondering if I can afford one of your paintings." And I wrote back to him, "Listen, the way I'm doing now, I would take whatever, man. You know? He was like, he didn't say anything about that, but he said, you know, I would be happy to know that you have one of my paintings. I think I said something like that. Because we were good friends. I mean, he's not a director. He's, yeah, I think he is a director. He does, he, James introduced me to him. He he does, he builds things. For a movie, they need uh, a mountain or a bar to make it look like from the 1700s. Well, that's what he does. So I haven't spoken to this guy for a long time. But James, the guy that introduced me, that wanted me to meet this guy, was always on my ass. Oh, I want you to meet this guy, and I want you to meet this guy. I never had the time. So, and then when James died, and people were putting money into his account, because James had no money, I noticed the person's name. Because anybody that puts money, it shows the amount and it shows the person who put the money. So I noticed that he put money, and then I got in contact with him, and we spoke. And nice guy, very nice guy. And but James, the guy that was our friends, this guy had his issues, he had his problems, but he was a good guy. He was a very good guy. He had his problems, but he was a good guy. And that's what I like about James. And it's funny because the brother, you have James, then you have his brother Moses, and then you have me, Paul. So you have the whole Bible there. Yeah. Listen. So for some reason, I wanted to meet this guy. And I also wanted to tell him to be careful with this other guy. That I didn't trust. Well, James didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. And it was like a group of us. It was me, James, Rasheen, and me. And good guys, you know. Rasheen was a Muslim. I mean, look at that. I mean, James is Christian. I'm Christian. And then you got Rasheen, that his real name is Richard Collins. His Muslim name is Rasheen. And when he died, his family didn't even invite us. And it was one day, they showed him for one day, from what we heard. But I think the Muslims, they cremate them real quick. And I heard that they don't cut them. If you're Muslim, they don't cut you open. So I kind of started thinking to myself, maybe I should put somewhere on the records, tell my family, listen, when I die, tell them I'm Muslim. I don't want nobody opening me up. I don't feel too comfortable with that. You know? Lie to them. Because, I don't know, it's kind of creepy. You're having a line, like, down your chest, like, okay, now over here, you see the way, this has this blue here, let me give it this type of, let me cool this right quick. and then this is the rock there, the rock, and then over here, just put that. Let me, she's in blue. I'm gonna kinda come with the pencil, with the eraser, and try to get as much pencil line. Lighten it up. So I still don't know if I should do this in flesh tones or in marble. And marble, I will have to retain the white of the paper. I mean, can I do this in flesh? I can do it like real loose, abstract, I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Let me try to clean this up a little bit. How would I go about doing the, now over here, this area there, that stone is like a bluish. All this is blue right here. You got some of that blue there, like that. Yeah, but James was a good guy, man, real good guy. He had his problems, but he was a good person, man. Too many people like that these days. Over here, I got and over here, that yellow. You gotta be careful with that yellow. 'Cause, the way for me, if it won't turn green, I'll add a little bit of this violet. Let me see if that will work. Just for now. I'll come back and soften that. Then over here, this over here, that chest area, if I do it in flesh tones, let me see. I'm gonna do it in flesh tones. Alright, let's go with flesh. And if it doesn't come out right, I'll redo it. Keep it. I didn't finish the drawing, I still had a lot more to do, but we're gonna do this real loose. And also I'm gonna put a lot of yellow tones, because a lot of yellow tones, and I gotta remember what's, okay, I see some yellow there, see some yellows there, this is all yellow, and this here, I need a stiffer brush to lift up that one area. Oh, I'll use this. This needs to go more this way. Okay. Alright. There's a bit of, this is the red that I was using before that I didn't like too much. It's a little dirty. Let me, yeah. And then over here, you got those blues there, like that. Then you got all these colors here. And then she's on blue. Like her whole back is all blue. I'll do her whole back blue. Let me, those shadows need to get darker. Let me attempt to get this darker. Okay, let me get it dark. I'm gonna get it darker. Then I'll grab this violet and violet to grade on. That grade it up because I want to get this, all this. I want this. I want all this. It's all bleeding over here. Just like that. The beauty of this is imperfection. How some things work. This has a bit of a green. I'll leave that like that for now. Okay. Let me see. So yeah, guys. So you gotta keep working at it. So it's good to have a sketch pad in your dining room table. And when you're not, like you're waiting for supper, or you're just sitting there, leave it there. Tell everybody, listen, don't touch it. Leave my sketch pad. And this, oh shit, I end up dropping this in, pick this up. Well, that can stick to the floor. I end up dropping that paint, but that's fine. Yeah, to tell everybody to don't touch it. And every day, not every day, but when you're in the mood, just paint. Paint. And enjoy yourself. Life is short. That's it. That's all you could do. Let me see if I do that, then I'll get that. You got that blue there. And you got the hair, little by little. And adjusting. Now the robe. We'll do the robe. And it's like statue or flesh, I don't know. We'll just go with it and see what happens. Because really I was supposed to render this out a lot better, and I didn't do that. Try this. Shadow there. Got those shadows there. And all this. I think I'm going to do that with because it has like hints of red. It does have hints of red. Like the side over here is more. Where's the other brush we just had? Oh, there you go. Let me grab this one. And this one has like the face over here. Go a little heavy. And just continue to play. Right now I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Neat. Just putting it up here. See, I don't even have a face there, and I'm just building it up with the paint, giving an impression of a face. Now is this, we'll try to see if I can get this to look decent. And it really doesn't matter how it comes out, because I think I probably should have done well with the marble, but that's fine. Just try to do it. I want to get some different values in there. Just play with different colors and play with different things and play with different blues. Over here, this is, I don't know if anyone is watching. Hope everyone is doing fine. And you're blessed. And you're not struggling as much as I am. Because it wouldn't be fair. Everybody was struggling, right? It wouldn't be fair. Got that dark in the... And then I can do that. But do I really want to put... Yeah, let me get the dark. Alright. You just continue to take an impression. Oh. This is the bottom. You know, I like drawing like this. I tell you why. I make a lot of mistakes a lot of times, but you continue to get better at it, where you can go out of painting and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to render this all the way. I'm just going to stop here and I'll finish it with the paint. I'll adjust things with the paint. So, go there. You gotta be a man. One thing I pride myself, I've always prided myself. I pride myself to being that way, but I've never used it. They're all gone. All the friends I had, married, kids, but they knew how I was. I was as loyal as a dog. So yeah, Paulie is always loyal. He's a good guy. A good guy, he'll take the shirt off his back and give it to anyone. And It's funny because for the first time I'm saying that. I don't know if I should be saying that to people. But I've always tried to be a better, I'm not perfect, but I try to, you try to better yourself, Like I was watching this thing on YouTube and complaining about, they were like, yeah, it's good that the mayor is uh, fighting, working on crime and to bring violence down. But we can't go back to before, like when George Floyd. Yeah, I mean, we could all agree to that. But you can't have little old ladies hit in the head with hammers. You can't have innocent people coming from work and being attacked. Or you can't have that. Even disabled people. People are just crazy now, and you can't have that. And it's not good. So people like, oh, but the cops say they harass. I said, listen, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about, right? If you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Now, if you're up to no good, then you're gonna have problems. I mean, I understand what happened to Floyd, but I could imagine how many people die in the process of crime. They stop locking people up. They just let people do what they want. How many people die that has some connection with the whole situation with Floyd? You got bad cops, you got good cops. You got bad cops. I don't know why people think when you got one bad cop, they're all fucking bad. I don't know. It's crazy. It's not logical. Oh, you got one pedophile priest, so they're all pedophiles. Uh-uh. I don't know, I just hope things get better for all of us. I hope things get better for all of us. Things get better for all of us, we'd be fine. We'll be gone soon. We'll be gone. So yeah, the lady giving her a price on the internet, and I don't understand that. Maybe people shouldn't do that because artists take that very serious. It's almost like sacrilegious to tell an artist, shit like what that lady said. Oh, and then she unfriended me. I was like, I didn't do anything. And I try to lower the picture, the painting from 250 to 125. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to give it away? I mean, why would, what do you want me to do? I don't know. I'm just over here. That's it. Little by little. Little by little. Little by little. Hey, hey, you. you look at Sargent's work close up, this is how it looks. Very. Looks like that. But if you step back, it like all this look disappears, and you just see this beautiful painting. Watercolor. Yeah, all this here. I gotta this here. All this. I gotta kind of adjust all this. Then I'll come. Because Sargent used gouache also. So let me add some. Like right around here. And then you have breasts. You have something here. Then what is this? Oh, that's the stone. Is that? Yeah, that's the stone. What is the oh, oh, it's over here. The goes, okay, I see. And then over here, and then we'll go that way. There's a bottle there. There's a bottle right here. We'll do that. And then that part of the bottle. Like that for now. And then over here, underneath there, those are all shadows there. This is there. I'll fix all that. Let me get this on. Just drop it in there. Just drop it. Oh. Oh Lord. Keep that. The hell is that? No, everything above, as below, as above. Continue to apply all these different. And we'll see how I can adjust all this. This over here, this thing there. I know there's I can do that in that color. Let me see that harp. Let's do the harp then. Let's do it in that harp. Well, let me add more red to that blue. There's a harp like this. Well, let me see. Well, we'll do it. That way. And then this one here. And that will come here. And wait a minute. Wait. Oh, that's the wrong. Okay, that's that. Wait a minute. I did this wrong. Okay. Let me. Okay. Alright. Then like that, right? Like that for now. This over here. This is that leg. What's that leg? This is over here. I'll put that for now. This one. That way. Over here. Like that. You see how I come at it real loose and you continue to build on it. Continue to build on it. Now, you see something like this and you put this in a frame, it will look absolutely beautiful. Right. Over here, I got this. Yeah. This is, I'm gonna kind of see, put this up. This is, I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. We continue to build this up. That's not it. Now all that has this has to be adjusted. Let me try the umber. Then if I add the umber, because I've been working with that blue, but I really want, let me see, add that umber, because I really wanted that, you got this, you got this, pull my leg back up. But sometimes, when in the 40 years of painting, I kind of think to myself, you waste a lot of time in watercolor, and you could have been wasting that time on your oil painting. So how do you manage that? Like, you gotta kind of, well, the way Sargent, if you see Sargent, like all his watercolors, they were basically not full rendering. They weren't like, they were just sketches that he would go out to Europe or different places and he would just render something real quick. And then he would take it back to the studio and work on it in oil. So, that's how you gotta treat it, you know? You should be spending more time in oils. If you're an oil painter, you should be spending more time in oils than watercolor. And don't take it personal. When things don't come out perfect, you're gonna get a lot of paintings that, what's that thing that says, be perfect. Oh, that's in the Bible. Be perfect, for I am perfect. Yeah, that's the same in the Bible. Be perfect, for I am perfect. Be perfect, for I am perfect. It's hard to be perfect. Perfect. Hard to be perfect, man. Be perfect. But it's funny how back then they had these principles already. And men were still like wild. You know? Back then they didn't have keys to people's houses. You know, I mean, just go into your house and just, if they want to kill you, just go in there with a sword and chop you up. It was different back then. You probably had ways of, you know, just staying safe, but okay, this over here. This I'm gonna let me. I can do it. I just do it that way. Yeah. That. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably start working on that painting for Clement. I can't believe that they wrote back to me, and it's something. I didn't even know this guy, and he stopped and he looked at it was Chinese and a few people from Europe. He looked at everybody's work, and there was artists there that, as a matter of fact, that French artist, he had some nice paintings. It was that French guy, there was another guy, and their work was good. And he had the Chinese, and he sat down. Well, he didn't sit down. I was sitting down. He stopped and he just looked at my work. Looked at me as I was working with a lady, and I'm looking at all these people around him. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? And everybody's pointing fingers, like, oh, look. the benches that were sitting inside the park. He was right in the exit, right there. And then he made that statement, "You're gonna be a great artist." I was like, haven't I heard? Where did I hear this before? Where did I hear this? And then I believed him. I really believed him. But you know, when he got it wrong with Donald Trump, because he said that Donald Trump would run two terms, and I was like, nah, I mean, he's not all that 100%. Because he ain't get it. So, I don't know. But he was a nice, very respectful. I think when I wrote to the family, I was like, I think he knew something about art. I maybe he even because a lot of people do art. I mean, even actors. They go home and they doodle, and so maybe he was an artist, and I didn't know. But, but I don't know what was it about me that. The same shit happened in that movie Fort Apache when that lady came up to me and, "You wanna play an extra in this movie?" The movie, remember Fort Apache? I was like, "Yeah, sure." So all you gotta do is yell at the police. I was like, "Oh, sure." I think they gave me $100. It's like those talent scouts. This lady was just looking at everybody, looking at the faces, and she would just grab people. Yes, that's the way that guy grabbed me. He said, "You wanna do a painting for me?" And who the hell gives $300 to a person that they don't even know? Who does that? But I mean, all my information was there. My business card, my web page, my telephone number, everything was there. You know, so I'm not gonna. My name is more important than that, you know. And so, everybody was. But I haven't really followed this guy like some people watch every video. I'm gonna start watching his videos more. Well, especially now that I'm gonna finish that painting, so I can get the feel. I want to get the feel of this man. I want to get the feel. And the only way to do that will be by watching those videos on YouTube. Let's see. I found it. This is see like that. You continue to apply. Just this over here. Let me clear this up some. Over here. This face, I'm gonna have to fix that a little more with the gouache. Then over here, the chest, all this. I'm gonna get that chest. I probably should get this one. Yeah, but then if I do that, I need to make that more. And then over here, because over here, then it does this thing, and it does this thing, like that. And I can do this, like that. And then, a matter of fact, that thing went, I probably should go a little more this way, just a slight bit more. That line's supposed to stop midway. Okay, and then over here, this, and then, let me get this, then I can probably, I gotta be careful. This is there's a thing over here, and that thing, and then, I think the other one is in blue. I think that's the blue. Let me do this one like that. And I just do it real loose. And I get this like that. And get this all like that. This is all shadows here. This is all lit up. Like that. This is gonna be violet still. Let me get this in white. Let me use this brush better. I don't know. Let's see what happens. This is over here. Shit, over here. Let's get that. Let's go over here. Let me get this. Yeah. Just the looseness of it. Looseness over here. So this is gonna be that part. Over here is that part there. These things right there. I'm gonna do that one in violets. Let me see how that plays with the blue. Just let me see if I kinda bring it down. Let me see. Like that. And like that. Just to see something. Now you got that, right? Then you got these that went like this. And that part that went underneath like that. And then it goes like that. That part will go that way. Over here, this I don't know. Let's see what happens. This is I wonder what's going on in Ukraine. I hope these people stop fighting. I wonder what the hell's going on over there. I may check the news in a couple of days. We'll see. And then I'll do it like that for now. And then this thing, I'll make these a little more. Let me see something. Do this. That's gonna go this way. That's gonna go like that. Right? And that's gonna go this way. Right? And this gonna go this way. Right? And this over here. Right? quick abstract. I'm trying to figure out how, when I go about doing this, that container is more, let me add this color, let me see, and that's more, like that, right? And then I will come this way, right? Then I will adjust it, the other thing, and this is, and then this is, and this is, can do this, let's try to get these colors, dark values. Ugh. Ba-ba-ba. Let's continue. And this painting is going to dry a lot lighter. All this is going to dry a lot lighter. Mark my words. This is the way it hits over. The way that hits over. I mean, the way this hits over. It presses in that jaw. Come back and adjust all that. All this. This is all stuff here. All stuff like that. This is, I'm going to put this in the, let me adjust this right now. Let me see. All this has to be fixed. Now all this, I will come back and adjust all this. Adjust all this and get my darkest darks. My darkest darks is dark center. I don't understand what. I want to make that a color that it's going to receive. Let me see, do I have a dark over here? That color needs to receive. How can I, let me see, if I get it, that blue, I gotta push that blue back, and everything is leveled out because I have nothing warm. I gotta kinda, let me try something. I gotta one thing is bring these characters a little more closer. I'm gonna bring these a little more closer. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. Let it let it do what it wants. This one, that one with that blue, let that do what it wants. Let it do what it wants. Let it do what it wants. Let it do what it wants. We'll leave that at that for now. And we'll see. I want to see. That. Right? But over here, this is a highlight there, right there. The rest is all darker. So let's do that. And we'll do the blue. And let's see what happens. This is all darker for now. That's it. Let's do that. That's the thing with these type of paintings that you use some of these values and try to figure out how play with it. Try to balance things out. Balance things out. This side. Let me see. The thing is, then if I take it that way, then this is all going to be in that quote area. And what are you going to do, right? You're going to go at it. Sometimes when I do some of these, and this is 300 pounds, so these columns, I want to, let me bring them, let me change something. I want this. We got that shadow there. That shadow there. I didn't use that shadow. But anyway, we'll try to. There's a shadow there with that. It's like a green, but I'll do it with that blue. Because right here, there's that shadow right there. To lift that up. Like that. And then over here, this was off because this one goes over this way. Then over here you got this goes like that. So we'll do that like that. We'll take it that way. Right? And then let me use this bit right there just for now. Just play it. Now over here I did do that. And then all this in there, all this, I gotta kinda adjust all this. All this. This all has to get put down. And it all has to get down. I'm gonna have to adjust a lot. Let me see. This is a bit. to redo that again. I'm gonna have to redo that again. There's a bit of, looks like a bit, something back there. Just all that column right there. If I come with that column and add that that green, because that green right there, there was a thing that goes this way, right? And then over here, it goes like that, and then it goes that way. It continues down. This, I'm gonna adjust that chest. I'm gonna adjust then I could come this I got to bring him out and visit that part there. It's over here. This is the part that this is the separation there. Oh, forgot to put the strap. You know, sometimes when you do photographs, I want you to really understand this because it's very important. In photographs, the lighting, the portrait, when you do it, you have light, dark, light, right? In pictures, you usually have light and then dark. But in painting, you can't do that. In painting, if you have dark, you gotta have light. And you gotta have dark and then light. So it's the opposite. So when you study a photograph from the internet that you're gonna paint from, and you see highlights in areas, things that are lit up, you gotta stop and say, well, wait a minute, this is off. This should be darker. I mean, if I was to work on this piece in a studio, how would it light up? I mean, right now, it's too lit up. It's, you know, there's no dark side. This right here, this column right here, I gotta, this area right here, I'm gonna go over here with this, and I'm gonna add, and I wanna, and don't try to fill the whole thing, just, yeah, over here, this area right there, that area right there, there's a bit of dark right there, and to get that dark right there, a bit of dark right there, I need to be, okay, we use this one, let me see if this is, okay, if we do, okay, I do it dark, right, I do this dark. Step back. All these characters, they all have to be brought out. They all have to be brought out. And I'm gonna adjust all these characters. I'm gonna get some more red because it's gonna dry lighter. So let me get some strong red. Oh, that's too strong. And that way, let me make a nice, like a fleshy color. I don't know. Unless I go, let me see. Then if I was to go blue, let's see if I was to go blue. Some area. This, oh, this one was off right there. Let me leave that there for now. Like that. Then I'll come back this jar. This half of her face should be in shadow. And underneath her chin. And then everything will go that way. Because she's pouring in. Then over here, her eyes. That's her mouth. She's looking down. Half of that goes that way. That shadow. This is gonna get dark. His face has to build this up. Over here, I'm gonna get that. Cause those traps, they're gonna have shadow in there. So, right here. I was supposed to draw this a lot better, but I was trying to rush. I don't know if anybody was online, so. But I like sometimes in watercolor, I mean, there's so much, I can do it so much easier if I was to take my time and render the drawing, and then I'll be like painting on a coloring book, you know, paint within the lines. I tend to like do a quick sketch, like Charlie reads the way he does a sketch, and then just put color down and slowly build this thing up. I have an idea more or less what I'm trying to get. See, this over here needs to go darker. As I keep looking at that. That it needs to go much darker. I need to get this. I think I'm gonna get it darker, and then I'll worry about. I'm gonna put the umber with that Payne's grade to neutralize it, to grade up, and I'm gonna get, oh, cause this, I want all this. Let's get that all in there for now. Then we'll come back and I'll come and I'll adjust everything. But let's get that in there. That's gonna dry lighter. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it that way. And then over here. Yeah, we're gonna do it that way. Like that. And I'll keep hitting it, keep going at it. And I'll keep going at it and I'll finish this. Even when I did this flesh tone, what I didn't like about this piece here is these flesh tones. They look so dirty. And the funny thing is, when you have like one pan, I'm going to tell you this so you don't make the same mistakes that I made. You have one pan here, and you have another one here. Then you have another one here. And you got another one here. these different pants have different reds. You tend to kind of, you gotta keep your paints, the paint that you're always using the same color. Continue to use the same color. Don't bounce around from different reds because it's not gonna work. You know. Now I'm gonna let this dry, and tomorrow when you come and see this, it's gonna be so much lighter. And you see how it's already back here, how it's lighting up. Excuse me. Yeah, but watercolor has been very challenging. And it's a medium that you gotta continue to work on it. And I'm gonna see, when I put the lights over here, and it's gonna look so much better. And I can come and adjust the gouache and fix all this up. Ugh, what the hell is that? I'm gonna have to fix this because the simple fact this is 300 pounds watercolor paper. And I'm gonna continue to work on it and apply layers and layers and layers, but retaining some of the white. So that's my you have to, that's another thing when you're doing art. Put your work next to other artists and compare your work. How does it look? How does it compare? By that magazine, Splash. These are all the best watercolor painters in the world. They all post their watercolor paintings in this magazine. Where are my smokes? And where the hell are they? I just have the fucking smokes. Why would I not have my smokes? And you gotta, you know, practice. Practice makes perfect. But if you don't practice, you're not gonna get better at it. I can't believe I had the smokes on. I had the smokes. I had the cigarettes over here. What the fuck? Oh, there you go. So I'll let this dry. This is gonna dry much lighter, and I'll fix the placement of the placement of all these characters, all these people are in the right place. Then I'll come with the gouache and adjust that. In some areas I'll leave it really loose. And that's fine because Sargent uses gouache. Then over here I'll do some strips of gouache. I'll do little things like this. And I'll build it up. I can come and do. That's a bit of a highlight right there. I'll come back and I'll work on that some more. thing is learning how to use all your tools and all your paints. The reason I got into gouache was in watercolor, learning how to paint in watercolor, you're going to make a lot of bad paintings. So gouache is a good way to cover up your mistakes and turn those paintings into mixed media. And I don't know why am I telling you anything, because this guy didn't even... I think what am I doing here? Wait a minute, am I supposed to... I think I'm... Let's... Let me check something out here. Let me see. Did I move off? Everybody has logged off, but I'll come back and finish. Let me see what's going on with Ukraine. Oh, and then you got this guy. The guy that his mother's taking care of him. He has to. Just by, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I don't want to offend anyone. I mean, he's in a situation that he can't even. So he has a reason. I could imagine if he didn't have that reason, he would probably be out and about. But it's really not very nice to tell a person and play along. Like, you gotta buy a painting and then, I don't like that. Artists take that very offensive. Very offensive. I mean, very offensive. Especially artists like me that we don't sell as much as we would like to sell. So, but what are you gonna do, right? There you go. He's gone. Thank you. He's gone. Let me leave. And hopefully, what? How this gonna go? If I was a buyer, most likely I would want to look original. What? If I was a buyer, most likely I would want to look original. Hopefully you're not struggling as much as me. Probably doing better than me. You have someone. Who the hell do I have? I have no one. I'm by myself.